Oakley, dokily, let's get into this. Welcome back, guys. Hope you're all doing hunky-dory. Hunky-dory? It's a funny thing to say. I don't think I've ever used that before. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go through what my current workout routine is. All right. You will notice, firstly, that I have some beautiful new equipment and this beautiful little slam ball. So I've got two of these, a 6 and an 8. Everything has come from Australian Barbell Company. I wish that I was sponsored by them, but no, I have bought everything and the quality is insane. The aesthetics, this black, beautiful. Much better than getting them all in the actual, 10 kilos of the greens and so on. So instead, it's just the writing that has the colors. I have got 5s, 10s, 15s, 20s, and 25s. I've got 1.25s and 2.5 fractional plates. And I got this new mat, which is beautiful. It is from Mirror Mat, which is in Queensland. It took about a week to arrive. Really nice quality, actually. I do need to get some proper gym flooring just for when I'm doing deadlifts. I would hate to break these tiles on this ground. This is only 7 mil thick, but it is quite nice for doing just body weight workouts and whatnot on it. So it will do for now. My favorite exercise would probably most definitely 90% all the time be deadlifts. I love them. I love conventional deadlifts. I find sumos a little uncomfortable, but I am going to try and do them just to see, maybe get my technique fixed with them. Maybe that's my problem, but I love conventional ones. I feel very strong doing them. It's just such a good feeling, especially once you're done with them. During can be really hard. It's a mental battle with me a lot of the time. I have done 100 kilos once before.
Just keep pulling, just keep pulling. Keep pulling, there you go.
And then I just couldn't do it ever again. And it's so frustrating, but it's all mental with me. So I'm just going to work my way back up to it and I will get there. We will film it one day. All right, let's talk about the new beautiful program. I like to do 7 days, not all workouts. I like to plan a 7-day program though. So I will include the rest days into that. That is because I am a creature of habit and I like to do the same workout on a Monday, Tuesday, and so on. I don't like to go 4 days on, rest, 4 days on, rest. So I have kind of planned it out so that I'm always doing the same workout and I've got 2 days rest in the middle of everything so that if I missed one, I can put it into that rest day instead. So I hopefully don't ever miss an actual workout. Every day that I have planned my workouts for has some sort of big barbell movement, whether it's a deadlift, which I will do twice a week, one leg day and one on a back day. I think doing deadlifts on a back day is fantastic. If you haven't tried it, really give it a go because it really helps activate your lats for the rest of your workout. I've got bent over barbell rows on my horizontal push-pull day, the deadlifts on 2 days, barbell hip thrusts on the Friday, which I love. I really struggle with because my hip bones aren't huge fans of it, but it is a good feeling. And then I've got the total body circuit, which is just everything barbell pretty much. Yeah, so let's talk through Tuesday. Horizontal push-pull, chest, triceps, back. Starting off with barbell bent over rows. Such a good exercise. Now, I like to do overhand grip, but if you are someone who struggles with grip, you might find doing an underneath one a little bit easier. You will also find it actually feels easier to perform because your biceps will be helping. So I like to do overhand grip. It's a little bit harder and I can feel my lats a little bit more in the stretch. You want to make sure that you are not using your whole body to lift that weight up. So you shouldn't be feeling a lot of movement. Everything should be quite still. So with the barbell bent over rows, I like to start off with just the bar as my warm up. I will do 2 sets of 10 just to get the feeling of it, to get my lats a bit more activated, find that positioning that I like to be in. And to find that position, the main thing is once you've picked up the weight, so usually I would do a deadlift. So I will walk up to the bar, have my shins about 1 inch away from it, come down, knees pressed against my elbows, come straight up, and then I'll hinge at my hips, bring myself down until I'm kind of almost parallel with the ground. But the main thing is you just want to be able to row to your belly button without taking your knees off. So once you're in that position, you want to hold there. Get a nice big stretch, row, squeeze your shoulder blades at the top, rest down. Don't rush it because you'll start feeling yourself bobbing a whole heap, and then we're not concentrating on the muscles we're trying to work. I did 4 sets of 8 and I did 35 kilos. You do not count your warm-up sets. So I did 4 sets of 35 kilos at 8 reps, 4 times, plus 2 warm-ups, plus 1 dud of me realizing I can go heavier. So yes, maybe I did 7 sets, but it doesn't count. Doesn't count. 4 sets, working sets. Okay, the next was a superset. So I did dumbbell chest press, and I did a double pulse, so a 1 1/4. Just because I've only got 10 kilos and it's not heavy enough. I should get a bench one day so that I can do it properly, but it works, it does the job. And then I superset that with a kettlebell single arm row. It doesn't have to be a kettlebell, it's just I have heavier weights in the kettlebells, so I used, I think, the 16 kilos that day. And I did 10 rows each arm, and we did that 3 times. So I probably had about a minute rest before I went back down into the chest press and went through that 3 times. Cool. With the single arm rows, it was a little bit awkward because the seat that I was using to rest my arm on was a little bit low. But the most important thing is that you're protecting your spine, so you have a good neutral spine, resting your arm on, leg out of the way, row to the side of your belly button. Very similar feeling to the barbell rows, but obviously it's 1 arm, so you can concentrate on your weaker side. Next superset was dumbbell flies. These are really tricky for me. I really struggle with them, but I actually find they work really well even working on the ground rather than a bench. So most important thing is, or the difference is that you're not pressing it back up, you're squeezing it back in. So you want a slight, I like to have a slight bend in my elbows. Some people like to have them quite straight. I like a little bit of a bend. I'll bring it out, feel that stretch. My elbows will reach the ground. I'll pause for a second and then I'll squeeze back in. So rather than bending and pressing, we want to squeeze back in. I really feel those. I did 12 reps, then I brought myself up, grabbed the 10 kilos and did 12 reps of 10 kilo bent over rows. More bent over rows because you can never do enough. And then lastly, we did some push-ups, some bicep curls and some tricep extensions. With push-ups, I really struggle with them. I always have. I rush through them, I hold my breath. So I'm really concentrating on taking in that breath at each top part if I can, or holding it for 2 reps maybe. I am using dumbbells, and that is because I've still got a bit of a bad wrist. So I find it a little more comfortable. You can keep your wrist quite straight when you're holding onto dumbbells rather than having it fully bent on the ground. I'm bringing myself down as low as I possibly can and pressing back up. I am aiming for 12 reps total, but I do as many as I can on my toes, which is around the 8 to 10 max. And then I will go to my knees and I will fully drop my chest to the ground and press back up until I've done 12 reps. Then I'll bring myself up, and we're doing alternating hammer bicep curls, which just means instead of having them fully out in the front, you have them by the side. The dumbbell's going to hit your shoulders, control back down. And I'm alternating so that I can concentrate on each one, and it stops me from being able to swing and use that body momentum. Lastly is tricep extensions. I really like these. I like these more than dips. I find with dips you use a lot of other muscle groups to help, which is fine. But if you really want to target your triceps, this is the one. So you're going to hold onto them both lying down, elbows tucked in so they're almost facing your knees. You're going to hinge at your elbows only and try to keep your arms as still as you can. Throwing it down, you'll almost touch the ground either side of your head, and then back up, so fully contract and squeeze at the top. Bring it down, control, back up. Now, when it gets to the point where you can't keep pressing it up, you roll it in, and then you do a chest press. Control down, roll in, chest press. It's good, promise, it burns. And even if you can't hold on to two, just hold on to one, and you can do it more like a skull crusher version. So you'll probably touch the top of your head, hence skull crusher. And I did 3 sets there. It has been 2 days now, so I was a bit sore yesterday, but I'm feeling pretty good now. I usually feel really sore here, but it's not too bad today, which is great. In terms of cardio, usually I play tennis once a week, which I count as a bit of cardio, but currently we can't do that either. So I have been going for walks. I am doing maybe 2 or 3 walks a week. I was doing a lot more previously, but I found that a little unsustainable. So I am doing 2 to 3, chuck in the earphones, chuck on your shoes, go for a nice stroll. It's so nice around here. There's lots of animals. There's the city view that I can just see sometimes at the right spot. And yeah, so listen to a good podcast, something motivating. I can't really have loud music going because I usually walk on the road. And yeah, it's really great. That is it for today, guys. If you enjoyed it and you would like to know some of the other workout days that I am doing, let me know in the description down below which day you would like to see, and I will make sure to film it for you. Give it a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And otherwise, I will see you all next time.